Okay, here we are. Welcome to Discover Encinitas. I'm really
Thank
excited to have AJ Vasvani, the owner of Postal Depot, right here in Encinitas with me today. Hi, AJ, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thanks. I'm working from home today because I hurt my knee. But hey, the modern of new technology, we can
Yes,
work from any place we want.
I know it's pretty amazing. And so now we do these interviews on a Zoom call, and this is your first Zoom call, is that right?
That'd be correct.
I am so honored that you came on and successfully have your audio and video turned on. That's really great.
Yeah, I got told by several people, make sure you got it right. I said, okay, you know what? I used to be director of IT at Lockheed Martin. I think I know what I'm doing.
That's great. Well, I'm Michelle DiCarlo. I'm a local realtor here, and this website is all about showcasing the wonderful businesses that we have in our community. Just my way of giving back. And you guys are right in Encinitas in that sort of newly developed shopping center, right?
Yes.
Great. But how long have you been there?
We've been in business. The Postal Depot has been in business for 30, I think 30 years. I've owned it for 18 of that 30 years. And we've been in this particular location for 6 years and a few months. Before that, we were in the center with Trader Joe's right behind us.
Yes,
And
that's right.
but they kicked me out of there because they said when they were upgrading, when they got bought over, they said they wanted to upgrade that center, and we didn't quite fit because we were not a national chain. So I found another location out here.
Oh, well, you're in a great spot now too. I
It
love I
is.
love that spot.
Yeah, it's very visible. It's visible from the street, and it's easy to get in and out of. Occasionally, we have a little parking issue, but hey, we'll take that.
Yeah. So you guys are open now during this COVID thing?
Yes, we fall under the essential services category because we do shipping, postal services. So we were open. It was kind of boring, you know, did long days with almost nothing to do for a while. But it was fine. We made it through, and it's starting to pick up a little bit now.
Nice. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Tell me what drew you to open this business?
Well, actually, what happened was when I was now this will be about a long time back. I was about not even 50 yet, and I decided to go for my regular checkup, and I found out that I had cancer, and so that's when I decided I'm getting off the train here. And I loved my job. I was director of IT at Lockheed Martin. It was a you know
Wow.
well-paying, well-paying, high-stress job.
Yeah, yeah. Very high
And
stress, I'm sure.
I had three kids, one in high school, two in middle school. And I said, you know what? I don't get time with my kids, so I'm getting off this train. And so I decided to do something that would give me time to spend at home with my children while they were growing up. And so I decided to buy Postal Depot. I'd never owned a business in my life before that. And I was somewhat concerned because only time I met people was when they were mad at me because some systems didn't work or something didn't work right. And so I was like, do I want to be standing in front of people every day, dealing with people who are having trouble? But I was surprised that I love this job. I love the play, and I think it might have something to do with the Encinitas. It might be the air Encinitas, but
Yeah.
everybody has been so friendly, so welcoming, and all my customers now all have become my friends. I mean, literally, all my customers are my friends now. So I love the city and I love the environment.
Yeah. Oh, I love to hear that. And that is something about Encinitas where it has sort of that small town feel.
Yeah, it is. It's got Walmart, it's got Target, it's got all the big city places, but
Yeah.
it has an absolute small town feel. People, in fact, when people come into my store, have to, very often you'll have 3 or 4 or 5 people just stopping and chatting because, hey, I've not seen you for a while, so they'll know each other and they stand and chat there. And very often they'll call, hey, AJ, come here. I want to tell you, this is a friend of mine who I have not met for I don't know how long. So
Wow.
it has been an eye opener. I'm glad I did it. It's one of those things. It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I said I'm giving up a very, very well paying job with a lot of prestige for what? And I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah. Oh, that is wonderful. I love that. I love that story and the motivation to have more time with your family.
Exactly. Now they've grown up, gone away. So now I keep bothering them and saying, when are you guys coming over? When are you talking?
Oh, that's great. So tell me something about your business. There are people who maybe haven't stopped in yet. What kind of services do you offer? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we are basically a shipping store with shipping. We do UPS, FedEx, DHL, and US Postal Services. We have mailboxes for people, and that's starting to get quite popular because a lot of people are doing Amazon purchases that get somehow or the other get picked up from their front door without their knowledge. So they're starting to get mailbox at my store, so I can receive it for them, and then they can come and pick it up from me. We do notaries. We've done between myself and Ash. Ash was actually working at the store when I bought it, and between him and myself, we've done over 100,000 notaries, and that's 100,000.
Wow.
We've done notary. I think we've probably done half the transactions in Encinitas and the surrounding area. So those are the 3 areas that we've done. What I've started to do now to help supplement the business because rents are always going up is we're doing order fulfillment for several customers now, where we carry their inventory and they send us a list of addresses that things need to go to, and we pack it and ship. We're good at packing and shipping. They're good at selling. So it's actually worked out to be a good a blend
You're doing
there.
order filling? The
Order
sound kind of
fulfillment.
went out. What? Tell me again.
It's order fulfillment where
Order
we carry
fulfillment.
the. Yeah, we
Wow, you're doing that there at Postal Depot?
yes, we are. So we got a few customers, all of them local, some of them manufacturing locally as well, others buying in bulk and then having us ship them out. So that's actually starting to become a more valuable part of the business. And so that's one of the areas which I'm going to start promoting.
That is great. Yeah, just for people to know that. I had no idea you guys did something like that.
Yeah, I'm not good at selling myself. I'm one of those people who likes to sit, who likes to be. I like to help people out a lot, but I don't like a limelight. I don't like interviews. It's just like now. It took
Yes.
Stella, a friend of mine actually, Stella, who was a customer and now become a good friend. She insisted I do this. I said, I don't like promoting myself. That's not my nature. And she said, well, you got to stay in business. You're helping people out. So, and if you're not around, you just stopped helping people. So I said, you're right. Okay.
No, it's true. And to get the word out about doing, the fulfillment, the order fulfillment, that is a great service to provide. And I'm sure there are people in town and in the area that had no idea they could use your services. So
That is true.
I'm glad you came on the show, because just for that, even just that will be
Yeah.
great for you to, share that information.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm hoping that that will help out because like I said, rents keep going up, and costs keep going up, and shipping business is not something that takes off now. It's because there's a lot of people, Amazon being the big order fulfillment company, and so a lot of folks don't always come here, but they do actually when they have to return stuff to Amazon,
Right.
they come to me. They have to
Oh,
ship it back. So Amazon has free returns, the UPS returns, but they come to me because they print out the UPS label and they come and drop it off at me, and it gets taken care of. So I'm on the other side of the Amazon order fulfillment. But
Well, that's great to be connected to it somehow.
yeah, I know it is. I mean, we get a lot of packages, 20, 30 packages being dropped off every day. So, and we get paid for that. We get like 70 cents on, for each package that we receive for Amazon. So it adds to the bottom line, and that's for doing almost no work. All we do is tape it up for them. So for almost no work, we get 70 cents and a new customer possibly. So
Right, right. No, that's true. Well, that's all.
that's been
That's
very
all good
helpful.
stuff. So tell me, that kind of touches upon what I was going to ask you about, what you think is most important about for people to shop local.
Well, I'm a small business person, right? So obviously, my focus has always been to help the folks who are local because, well, partly because my experience with the shopping center next door when they asked me to leave because I was not a franchise, and that kind of got me. And I said, you know what? What's a franchise got to do with anything? It's the service you're providing. If
Hmm.
you are providing a good service and you're providing it in a cost-effective manner, what difference does it make? I understand what the difference is because having been in the thing in my background is finance and I did my MBA at the USD in school, so I understand that yes, it's easier to get loans from banks when you have franchise businesses in your shopping center than if you have all mom and pop places. But that was what got me started, and I said, I'm going to only support mom and pop. And then when Stella talked to me about selling masks to for the during this COVID thing, I said, yeah, we'll just give 100% of the profit is what we'll give to. We'll buy food from local mom and pop places and give it to the folks at the hospitals, at Scripps and
Wow.
fire stations, the sheriff. In fact, next week we're going to take 50 meals to the sheriff department, all from the profit from selling the masks. So, and the food is going to be from small local mom and pop places because they need the support. A lot of them don't have the expertise and knowledge of how to market themselves and how to sell, and they don't have the advertising capabilities that franchises have. So
Right.
I've gone through all of that, so I like supporting the local mom and pop, and because Encinitas has, like I said, when I was actually at the bottom of my mental thing when I was like dealing with my cancer, Encinitas welcomed me, and everybody was so friendly, so welcoming. Um, it was something that caught me completely by surprise. And I can't help talking about it all the time because I still think it's the best place. Because I did not, when before that, I did not know that Encinitas even existed. It was just an exit on the way to Disneyland when we took my kids to Disneyland. And we saw Encinitas and the flower garden in Carlsbad, and that was it.
Yeah.
Till I bought Postal Depot, and I love this place a lot. So
Wow.
I decided that that's where I'm going to be. And right now I've moved. I used to live in Penasquitos, and we moved here. We are now in Solana Beach, but I'm getting closer.
Getting closer. That's right. Oh, I love that. I love what you're doing with the masks, AJ. That is, and then what you're doing with the money to support the local mom and pop. And that is really why I'm here too, is to support our community, because you're right. Those mom and pop shops don't have the access to the marketing and advertising, and that maybe a larger, corporation owned business does. And so they need our support. So I love that you are doing that business to business. That is really cool. Thank you so much for coming on our show. I really enjoyed speaking with you. This has been really great. Um, I definitely encourage everyone out there, go to Postal Depot, because
Oh,
It's
that would be wonderful.
go to Postal Depot. So many great services that you provide, and I'm honored that you're a part of the community. So thank you for being here, AJ.